My name is Alex Gray, and I'm 28 years old. Megan, my girlfriend of 2 years, she's 26, moved in with me about a year ago. In many ways, it felt like a natural progression. We've been dating steadily, spent tons of nights together, and I own a modest house close to the community college where she's finishing her degree. It made sense for me to cover most bills since I was fully employed in an IT position. While she juggled part time work and classes, I genuinely believed we were building a life together, like a real team. Then everything fell apart. Over the past few months, Megan became oddly distant. She started going out with her friends more often, especially at night, and seemed edgy. Whenever I asked how her evening went, she'd snip back, "I just need my own space, Alex," or "Stop being so controlling." But in truth, I wasn't controlling, just curious why she was suddenly so defensive. She used to give me warm hugs when she got home, telling me silly stories about her day. Now she'd either come home late and quiet or stay out until the wee hours. It was particularly weird because I've never tried to cling to her. I was the type of boyfriend who'd say, "Sure, go have fun with your friends, then stay home gaming or reading." But the vibe changed. Something in her attitude suggested she'd already mentally checked out of our relationship. One night, close to midnight, she stumbled in smelling of bar smoke, half laughing with a phone call still in progress. She paused upon seeing me on the couch, then quickly said into her phone, "I'll call you tomorrow," and hung up. That was the first moment I thought, wait, who is she talking to that late? Still, I tried to be understanding. Maybe she just needed girl time or was tired of the same routine. I didn't push it, but it grew beyond odd schedules. It reached a point of genuine disrespect. About a week after that midnight incident, we were in our living room watching a random TV show. Nothing serious was going on, no argument or tension. Suddenly, Megan turned to me with a strange grin and said something about loyalty in relationships. I joked, "Well, we're both loyal, right?" And she half laughed, half shrugged, replying, "You know, Alex, you're pretty replaceable. Plenty of guys out there who'd love a shot with me." At first, I froze, thinking maybe she was joking or referencing some meme, but her face was neutral, not playful. My heart pounded. We'd never had that kind of talk before. I asked, "What's that supposed to mean?" She gave a half smirk. "Relax, I'm just saying I could do better if I wanted to." Better than me. The word stone made me feel worthless, as if all I'd done, covering rent, groceries, or college textbooks, meant nothing. She tried to backtrack, saying, "Chill, I'm teasing," when it didn't sound like a joke. My stomach churned, and I realized this was a major red flag. Why would she put me down like that? And so casually. We ended that night coldly. I slept on the couch because seeing her the next morning was painful. I never wanted a relationship built on negativity or the threat of being replaced. A few days later, I mustered courage to address it. "Megan, that line, 'you're replaceable,' really hurt. Are you serious, or was it a horrible joke?" She rolled her eyes and retorted, "Don't be so dramatic. If you can't handle a little honesty, maybe you're not as strong as I thought. By the way, guys have been hitting on me all the time. It's not like you're the only option." That basically confirmed it. She insisted she was just settling with me out of love, but claimed she could easily move on if I got too annoying. That moment, in my mind, the relationship was dead. My emotional reaction was strong: anger, sadness, a sense of betrayal. We built 2 years of memories, half of that living under the same roof, and she had the gall to say she was settling for me because I was convenient. So I told her, "I think we should end this. Pack your stuff, because if you consider me replaceable, let's not waste more time." Instead of apologizing, she doubled down. "Fine. If you want to go, do it. There are better men out there for me anyway." That sealed it. I calmly said, "This is my house. You have a week to move out. I won't have someone who thinks so little of me living here, and I'm not going to pay for your life while you belittle me." She lost it, yelling that I was the jerk for kicking her out on a whim, claiming I'd regret losing her. Then she stormed into the bedroom, slammed the door. I sat there, feeling oddly relieved, as if a weight was lifting. Within days, I told her exactly when she had to leave. I gave her a fair time frame, a week, to pack her belongings. She ranted about not having enough money, calling me insensitive. My thought was, you said I was replaceable, so it should be easy to find a new place, new man, new everything. Friends got involved. Some were on my side, seeing it as a massive disrespect from her. Others said I was harsh. but they didn't know the full scope of her words or how she treated me. She spent the last few days slamming doors, rolling her eyes, and telling me I'd be sorry. I asked her to stay civil, but she refused. Finally, on the final day, she stuffed her clothes into duffel bags, took some furniture we bought together, and left for her friend's apartment. She gave a final glare, calling me a clueless coward. The next night, Megan texted me a barrage of messages. She started with anger, "You're an idiot, you'll never find better." Then progressed to apologies. "I'm sorry, I was stressed about school, I didn't mean it." She claimed she'd do anything if I let her come back, but my mind was made up. I texted back, "No, you said yourself I'm replaceable. Go find that better guy." The sense of finality felt good, if also painful. For about a week, I tried to keep my routine, going to work, hitting the gym, meeting with supportive friends. Megan's meltdown calls and texts continued, shifting from pleas to curses. Then, out of nowhere, one of her acquaintances, let's call her Clara, reached out via social media. "Clara, I'm sorry about what happened. There's something you should know. Megan had been seeing someone else for a couple of months." I reread that message repeatedly. So all the time she was calling me replaceable, she was cheating. The puzzle pieces fell into place: her late nights, defensive attitude, smugness about other guys wanting her. Clara revealed Megan was hooking up with a classmate, some guy who seemed promising, but apparently he didn't want serious commitment. Megan pinned hopes on him, but after I kicked her out, she turned to him for a place to stay, only to be rejected. That was why Megan was suddenly begging me to take her back. The other man didn't want her. She put me down for so long, only to discover she wasn't as in demand as she thought. Soon to realize I'd been paying the bills and giving her emotional support while she was messing around behind my back. I confronted her. At first, she denied it. Then I quoted Clara, told her I had screenshots. She broke down, weeping, and tried to blame me. "I felt neglected while you worked so much to pay the bills. I was lonely." I told her that was the final straw. I never wanted to see or hear from her again. I changed the locks, though it was legally my house anyway. Blocked her number and told mutual friends I was done. She tried spinning a narrative that I was controlling or paranoid, but those who knew me realized the truth. For weeks, I dealt with a swirl of frustration, heartbreak, and twisted relief. My nights were quieter, no more door slams or 1 a.m. arrivals. I found solace in refocusing on my personal goals. I reconnected with old friends, resumed a hobby of painting miniatures, and started therapy to process my anger. The therapist confirmed what I half knew, that Megan's negativity was a form of emotional manipulation. I was better off out of it. 2 months after all the drama, I saw Megan's face for the first time in public. She showed up at a bar where I was having drinks with a friend. She tried cornering me. "Megan, can we talk outside? Just for a minute." Me? There's nothing to say. She insisted, tears welling, that she realized her mistake, that we were so good together. I calmly told her she'd shattered my trust and wasn't part of my future. She wept, tried to hug me, but I stepped away. My friend asked if I was okay, and I shrugged. She chose her path. I left, feeling an odd sense of closure. Later, Clara told me that Megan was telling everyone I was the controlling one, how she felt trapped. But for every person who believed her, others took my side or simply stayed neutral. I recognized I no longer cared. People who truly knew me understood I wasn't controlling. Let Megan spin her illusions. I had my life back. Epilogue. As I share this story, it's been about half a year since I told Megan to leave. My home is calmer, albeit lonely at times, but I found a sense of peace I never had in that tense environment. I see now how her attitude built up over time. Subtle put downs, the sense she was always doing me a favor by being with me. The final line, "You're pretty replaceable," wasn't just a slip of the tongue, it revealed what she truly felt. Looking back, the worst part was discovering the affair, realizing she sneered at my efforts to pay bills while she took advantage, hooking up with someone else. The best part, knowing I refused to keep being her doormat. I recognized my own worth, changed the locks, and moved on. By stumbling onto her cheating, I learned the deeper truth. She never truly respected me. Now I'm focusing on finishing therapy, exploring new interests, and maybe eventually dating again. My self-esteem took a hit, but ironically, it also got a boost when I realized I refused to let her degrade me. Some nights, I reflect on how I once pictured a future with Megan. Marriage, kids, the whole dream. Now, I'm thankful I discovered her real character before tying myself further to someone who saw me as disposable. That's the final moral. If your partner casually says you're replaceable or in any way devalues your existence, take it seriously. It's not normal banter, it's a neon warning sign. If they also lie, cheat, and manipulate, then leaving is far better than staying with a person who doesn't want your well being. I've grown from this heartbreak, learned to spot red flags, and embraced a chance to be truly free.